Hey everyone, welcome back to Let's Play with Fire. I'm Fire Princess, and today we are playing with the Redwood family with the Medieval Charter Challenge. I've hopefully dealt with all the pink flashing. I just went through and updated things. I got the new graphic rules maker because I had the old one. We'll see what this episode looks like, but I've got high hopes. We have Fulk here, who is a local miner. You'll see on this side of his lot, we have this whole mining section, and they have a little spot to sell for the ore. He can only mine coal and iron. We have a whole bunch of redwoods here that we've had be a part of our challenge. Fulk is the eldest son, so he was the heir to the business, which is why he's still here. He actually was with one of our Sims, Anadai, who was married to Fulk, but unfortunately passed away while she was pregnant. So Fulk's had kind of a sad story here. And as a result, he ended up adopting little Eleanor. Eleanor here is one of the orphaned children from the Beesbury family, only because peasant Sims can only have so many children at once. Otherwise they go into the orphanage. That's kind of how I fill the orphanage up. She doesn't know any of her skills, but she still has 4 days left. Like, he only just adopted her last round, I believe. First things first, I am gonna get rid of this grave because we saw from the Magor family what happens when I get distracted and don't move the grave right away over to the church. Because I never moved the Isabel over, this was his mom who passed away. Since I never moved her, we still never paid the burial fee or anything like that, so we'll have to add that to the taxes this round. Today is Yuletide, so there will be no work or school technically, but no one's of school age, and they're peasants, so they don't go to school anyway. We're gonna have these two just start bonding. They are just recently friends from last time, so we do have a pretty good relationship, but hopefully we can get them to be best friends and start getting some of those skills going. Personality-wise, she's highest in outgoing, so that's why we're gonna learn to talk first. She's actually quite lazy, so that's her learn to walk is gonna be quite slow. Oh, Fulk, I know. Ethelred thinks our business is open, and it most certainly is not. Not sure why he's trying to get in. It wouldn't be Yuletide with the Redwoods if we didn't have some coffee out. Fulk's one true hobby is actually cuisine, but he aspires to one day be able to write a restaurant guide. Unfortunately, he's a peasant and he can't read or write. So, you know, he's got to become a yeoman first, so we have a ways to go. If the business continues to do okay, we might be alright. Speaking of their business, though, it is back to rank 0. When I moved Elois out with her betrothed, unfortunately, the business was attached to her and not to Fulk. So when she left, it left no one here to own the business, and it was totally messed up, and I didn't want to have any problems with that, especially with the ranking up. She was able to like sell the business and things like that, which is worrisome for a home business. I didn't want like the lot to be sold or something weird to happen. I kind of brought her over, got everything fixed, I closed the business, and then I reopened it with Fulk. It was a whole process, but that's why they're back to rank 0. I'm focusing a lot on these skills today for Eleanor, mostly because Fulk, this is his only day off as a single dad. Like, he's not going to really have much time for the rest of the few days that she's a toddler in order to teach her anything, especially with like the mining and stuff. He gets so stinky with all that and just having to take care of himself and tired and all that. I don't think he'll have a lot of time to teach her, so I'm just doing what I can to get everything in now. And as you can tell, he's already exhausted from this, although it could be time for coffee. I noticed while Fulk was sitting here drinking his coffee, look, his ring, he still wears his wedding ring. Eleanor's so close to learning how to talk, but look how exhausted Fulk is. I think he can stay up long enough for that, and all she needs is to sleep. Eleanor really needs it too. Look, she's like almost an aspiration failure as a toddler. I'm hoping to get this. No! Fulk is like, nah, she's close, but nah. Fulk's been woken up at 2 in the morning here because of little Eleanor. She slept a lot better than he did. She's actually really got to go pee, so I suppose we should put her on the toilet. Fulk's needs aren't too bad. He's kind of hungry, but he's also needs to sleep more, especially if he's going to be mining anything. All he has from what was left before are some rocks to sell and the coal ore. I think a lot of his morning actually is going to be just mining in general to try and get more stock because of me having to reset all the business stuff. Before we get to all that though, let's go ahead and roll the random occurrence scenario because it is day 2 even if it's 3 in the morning, day 2. D7 is what we need to roll. Let's put a 7 there. 3. What's a 3? Ooh, this could be good. It's social standing. There are 9 sections in social standing, so we're gonna roll a d9. I'm gonna just change this to a 9. 9. Best in show. Spend 1,000 simoleons on landscaping and or gardening items. What better way to show your wealth and status to neighbors than a well-landscaped house and garden? Alright, that actually kind of fits with Fulk. Fulk has a green thumb. He has this little cabbage garden here that he tends to kind of in the background. It's not his major thing, but he does have the green thumb. I kind of like this Ross roll for him. I also like how tame this Ross roll is. I'm all for the tame ones. You never know what you're gonna get with the Ross, so I'm like, oh, one that I can handle. Although I am not the decorator. I updated his lot very minimally because I ran out of 1,000 simoleons a lot faster than I was expecting to. I gave him another cabbage to start planting and dealing with there. I gave him another tree, which is kind of just like this dying version of the tree he already had. The flowers are in front of their little cottage part of their house there. I should have put some more over in front of this one so it's not quite as empty on this side now, but I ran out of money. Before Fulk starts his business up here, since it's a little bit of a better hour, I wanted to get Eleanor talking, since we were so close. Haha, there we go. I knew we could get it pretty quick. And that puts her in a way better mood. With Eleanor taking a nap, we're gonna have Fulk out here mining. I have updated the sun and moon set, so it's all new and improved. Version 3.0, I think I had 2.0 for quite a while. We get more buckets per amount mined, so this was from one mining session, was 4 coal, and he actually got a geode out of it too. With the updated set, there's actually a chance that we get some cool things. Nice, we got another lucky find. A geode rock has been added, and we had 6 buckets. He's actually pretty exhausted though and needs to shower and whatnot, so we're gonna just have him bring Eleanor out to the potty and deal with some needs, but he will open the business in just a second since we have plenty of inventory now. Ooh, she's actually really close to getting potty trained. Let's see. I don't know if this is gonna be enough. She had to go pretty bad, but it might be just a little bit. I think it'll do it. Maybe. Ah! We've been trolled. By the way, the bottle is stuck to his hand. Yeah, I don't know either. Business is open. Let's see what we can do today. He's gonna just go tend his cabbages while people show up. Oh, you know what? I probably need to put his inventory out. Whoops. There we go, much better. Everything's set for sale. It's ready to go. Come on, Peter Chapman, buy our coal, our iron and coal. You need it. You need it for something. Another aspect of their business I forgot to remind you about is that he can actually dig for treasure during business hours, but he can only dig while business is open. Let's try and crack his geodes that he found. Right now they're worth 25 simoleons, but I'm gonna see what they're worth when he opens them up. Cracked geode's been added. Let's see what we're worth. Yeah, 25 simoleons still. All right, I'll take it. At least it looks a lot better than the not cracked version. No one's at the register yet, so let's have Fulk sneak over and dig for treasure for a little bit. What'd he find? A rock. Oh, so anticlimactic. Okay, we have a line now. Let's get Fulk over, help these customers out, and then I'm probably just gonna close the business. It really was only open a couple hours, but he is tired and Eleanor is really tired too. And actually we can get her potty train point, but she'll need to nap first. Oh my gosh, how unlucky. The burglar is here. What? Ugh. He's avoided our house so long and now he's here. What is he even gonna take? We don't really have a lot. Oh, our chair or light? Oh, the chair. No. I was trying to wait to get burglar alarms until, because we have the blacksmith set from Sun and Moon where we can actually make a burglar alarm. But I don't have a blacksmith yet. Where are you going? Ah. Well, I guess no one really does the potty or the clay pottery stuff. So you can have it. I don't care. See if I care. Man, he is having a field day with all of our items. Thanks. So nice of you. He's still going. Oh my god. How many things are you gonna take? Ah. Dude. You're such a bandit. Yeah, get out of here. Fulk woke up wanting a burglar alarm, because of course he does. Unfortunately, until we have a blacksmith, I can't really help him with that. Let's get Eleanor on the toilet here. She should get her potty training now. There we go. Good job, Eleanor. Now we just need to have her walk, and she still has 2 days, I believe. Yeah, 2 days. We don't have to rush the walk too much, but we do want to work on it a little bit. Holy cow, we found a gold nugget this time. Woo! I bet that's worth a lot. Oh, over time the value will go up. I was like 15 simoleons. But if we just leave it out for a little while, we're gonna do that because the more money, the merrier. I'm putting it just right next to the potty training toilet. Perfect, right? The business is open now, but we're still waiting for some customers to show up for some reason. Ah, there we go. Benjamin Long, thank you. We've got to do the may I help you to Catherine. That's such a good way to get stars. We have to make sure to talk to this guy in the background too. Eli Crook, he is the reviewer for businesses, so we need to be on his good side. We'll dazzle the business reviewer with our amazing coal and iron. He's like, absolutely, this is great. Ah, and we got rank 1, nice. I think for the first perk, we're gonna just go ahead and do the money because, like I said earlier, Fulk aspires to be able to read and write so he can do restaurant guides and that kind of thing. The more money we have to rank up to a yeoman, the better. Start small with that 1,000. We can't forget to search for treasure. Oh shoot, the reviewer guy is in line. Okay, wait, we have to wait to do treasure quickly so we can go back to finding something good. His needs are kind of in the crapper, so we probably should close the business once he digs and finds something. Here we go. Ah, there's 2 people in line. We can do both. We can do both. Oh, all that. And it's another rock. Fulk, you are not as good at as Helois is in finding items. One good thing about finding rocks and bones, though, are they are not taxed. We don't have to worry about that side of it, so we can sell all of those after we've done all our income tax calculations. These 2 are up a little bit early this morning, but I'm kind of glad because I think what I want to do, instead of getting some more ore for Fulk this morning, because he does have a decent amount, I want him to go to the New Day Church and bring Eleanor with him. So I think together they're going to go to the church and just kind of say hello to Anna and, you know, show her Eleanor because she hasn't really seen Eleanor, even though, you know, she can't like really see her or anything. But I think it'll make Fulk happy to bring Eleanor over to her grave. We're at the New Day Church here with Fulk and Eleanor, but we're going to start with some peekaboo. This is Anna right here, so her grave is right here. I just thought it'd be kind of... What is she doing? She's praying. She's definitely praying. Oh, God. Yeah, so I thought it would be cute to bring her here, but apparently we're gonna get some weird animations instead. What is she doing? Preach to anyone listening. She's preaching. She's preaching, guys. So, he wanted to play some peekaboo, so I'm trying to play some peekaboo. I feel like he would want Anna to be kind of included in that as much as she could possibly be. And that way Eleanor kind of gets to know Anna a little bit too. He's gonna try and get her to learn how to walk before he starts his business. We'll probably start in the afternoon. Oh, and the good witch just blessed everything. I feel like that's a reward for being a good dad to Eleanor. Yeah, she has no skill in her walking skill, by the way, so... And her birthday party is today. She might be another one of our toddler sims who does not get to learn how to walk before her birthday, and as a result have a consequence, which I loved a lot of the comments I was getting for all the suggestions for what to do in case a sim doesn't learn to walk or talk or whatever. If they don't learn how to walk, then they'll get clumsy for a trait and they'll be maxed out for body skill as a child to level 3 body, so they couldn't gain any more points past that. Well, we're only about halfway with the walking skill for poor Eleanor here, but she really needs a nap, and while she's napping I can get Fulk to run the business for a little while. So unfortunately, I don't think she's getting there with the walk. It's getting kind of late actually, so I don't think we'll be able to do the business at all today. I still want to have time to throw the party, so I think we're just gonna jump to the party instead. I think Fulk would rather do a party over a business day anyway, because he does have a secondary family. Everyone's made it to the party. Fulk's just gonna go grab Eleanor. We're just gonna bring her to the cake now, and then if she loses a day because she grew up too early, we can just do the reset to default days, which I think is on this one. Yeah, reset to max days, so we can always just fix it. Come on everyone, let's celebrate. We have Elois and Jeanette and Philibert, and I think Hubert's somewhere too. I want to say this is the first time everyone's met Eleanor, but I could be wrong. He might have thrown a party last time. We might actually be just in time for the 6 p.m. age up too. There we go, we figured it out. I just have to start at 4:30 and then everyone gets here. Oh my goodness, look how cute she is. I'm gonna change her hair just because I feel like everyone grows up into that style, but I freaking love her outfit. The blue and her blonde hair just look so cute together. I can't tell who she looks like more, Gable or Sully, as far as the Beesburys, since she's one of their children. I'd have to see Sully's nose to see if that nose is Sully's. Here's Eleanor with her updated hairstyle. Gave her just some longer braids. And let's make sure to do her trait. We got clumsy. Wow, that worked really well because that's the trait she was gonna get on top of whatever she got because she didn't learn how to walk, but the game knew that she was just gonna be clumsy. You can only get to a max of body level 3 since she never learned how to walk. At least as a child. I feel like I'll up it a bit for when she's older, but for now, anyway, when she's a kid, she can't gain very much, which is unfortunate because she's gonna be the heir to the mining business, and having a high body skill point would be really helpful, actually, for her down the line. Ooh, we don't know her one true hobby, so we're gonna have to keep an eye out for trying to figure that out from her. Fulk went to sleep. He's like, guys, I'm too tired. Good night. At least Eleanor's a kid now, so she won't be as time-consuming as a toddler is. I wonder if games will be her one true hobby. Let's try. I like her outerwear. It's way too fancy for a peasant, but, you know. It's still blue, so it matches her little favorite color thing. Doesn't look like games is her one true hobby. I think I'm gonna have to change her outerwear. It's kind of bugging me that it's like way too fancy for the class level that she is, you know. While we're talking to Hubert, I can't. Oh, maybe I can. Tell a story. Here we go. We're gonna tell him a bunch of different stories to see if we can figure out what her one true hobby is. Dang it, we ran out of time. There was only 1 second left. Well, the birthday party was a good time, but I do want to still try and gain her one true hobby. We'll talk with Fulk here. She does want to play with them, actually. Holy cow, none of those have been her one true hobby. I wonder if it's nature or science. I think those are 2 that we haven't covered with all of those conversations. We'll have to try with those in the morning. As you can see, I updated Eleanor's outerwear, so it's a little more appropriate, although it is kind of a Fallout outfit, but I love it. I can't resist it. It's at least more her class level than the other outerwear was. Actually, let's jump rope because I think fitness is another one we haven't tried. Fulk, in the meantime, is just getting himself ready. He wanted to serve some breakfast this morning, so he's working on that. Oh my gosh, guys, look at this. She can mine. Yes. Okay, we'll have to stop her from mining until, like, once she hits body level 3. This is great. She can't actually mine anything that we're allowed to mine, so I think we're going to have her just mine stone, because I don't mind adding that to their inventory for selling, because it's nothing major. I just keep the nicer metals and stuff for our noble. Since they technically ranked up, I needed to get a rank up item for them, so I got them a little shelf in the bedroom. I took away, let's actually put this away too, the crib and changing table, since we don't need that anymore. And now we have a little spot for the gold nuggets. That's a little better than, you know, right next to the toilet seat. Let's actually put that away too. Look how great this looks. Oh, I love it. Them both working on it. I'm so excited she can mine. I didn't think she'd be able to. The business is open, but I was gonna have Fulk do some digging here, but unfortunately the snow is too deep and he can't actually dig for treasure. I'm so bummed. Oh, it looks like Adriana's here. So Adriana is the maid for the, I want to say Chapman family, one of them. Like Lillian and Edmund, those 2. When I was setting up her lot, because they ended up moving into a bigger lot, I accidentally had her move in, and now I can't have her move out, so she just lives with them now. Oh crap, I have to lock the doors. Aethelred just went right in my house. No! Our shelves are restocking how they should be, so I'm glad I downloaded the updated mining set as well. I'd have to keep a better eye on that, actually. When things get updated, it's usually for the better. Wow, it is really storming. I think Fulk might close the business a lot earlier than I was expecting to. I was gonna have it open pretty much all night. And he's pretty tired anyway. I don't want to wrap it up now because I want him to make a little bit more money, but I think we're gonna have to end the business. I had Eleanor stargazing here because I thought for sure her one true hobby would be science. And then look, at some point she found out it was cuisine and I didn't get a notification. Or maybe I just didn't notice it, which is probably more likely. But we know what her one true hobby is. It's just the same as Fulk's with the cuisine. There are 8 categories within cuisine, so let's roll our D8. 2. Bartending. Okay, we're gonna have another bartender. Maybe she can work at the Four Shields Tavern now, since Mila got fired. And just like that, we are already on tax day with these 2. I have come to appreciate these really peaceful rounds like this one. I feel like they're so few and far between that it's like, Finally, we get one that's just a chill episode. As peasants, they owe a 10% tithe, as everyone does, a 40% income tax, they owe an antiquity tax on any treasures they found, which unfortunately Fulk didn't find any treasures. He only found rocks and bones, which again, we don't tax for those, so we're not gonna worry about that. A 500 simoleon rent, and then they also owe the 100 simoleons for burying Isabel at the New Day Church. In total, Fulk owes to the royal treasurer 1,265 simoleons. It actually wasn't too much. The major income they got this round was just from the rank up, to be honest. With that actually puts our royal treasury amount at 82,621 simoleons. We need 90,000 to get the next college building for the university section of town. With that treasury item, we will actually become a rank 5, which is the max amount. Like, that's where we're trying to get to with the round. I don't know that there's any other buildings that we'd unlock at rank 5, so that we'd have to like save up to buy in order to completely finish the challenge. But we are just about there with the challenge, and I cannot believe it. Well, Royal Treasure is paid. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you next week.